Hello, and welcome to another episode of Insights and Analysis with your host, Akiva. Now, today, I am going to be looking at workshop items, but in addition to that, I need to look at something that I looked at last week because I didn't really get to look at it fully, and I missed a few things, and I wasn't happy with how I did it, okay? So, as some of you may know, who were here last week, I was looking at this tank destroyer, and in the video I said that they had spent a lot of time dealing with the like the description, and that was the reason that I actually looked at this. And the thing is, I went in and I figured out how I could actually show that without showing too much about what I use as a browser and yada yada yada. Anyways, I had some worries about that, which is why I didn't show it on stream last time, because I didn't want to go through the process live. Excuse me, I'm hiccuping a little bit here in the background. Anyways, I didn't want to go through that process live because it's clunky. There might have been something I didn't want to show on the screen, yada yada yada. And I didn't feel I did it right, and there was also some things on the internal of the build that I just didn't do. So today is going to be a little bit of a testbed episode where I figure out how I'm going to do this, and if I'm comfortable with this and it does well, I will continue to do this with all of the workshop descriptions on when I do these builds, so you can actually look at the workshop descriptions as I see them too. And so I will be showing off the workshop descriptions instead of just reading verbatim off of them. Anyways, enough chatting about that. Let's go ahead and get a look at this build. Now, you might notice at the top of the screen there is a little bit of a gradient up there, and that's just an artifact of me setting up the process for looking at the workshop builds. Okay, it won't be there the whole stream. So anyways, all that being done, it's just some changes to the... This is just some changes, okay? It's just some changes to how I do this insight analysis. I'm trying to improve, and I'm spending some extra time improving on it. And let's go ahead and talk about the build, because yeah, anyways. So on the internals, now we looked at this last week, and I really liked how it was laid out so that you could actually see these components, and you could upgrade, and you could add more components if you needed them over here. Actually, I don't think it is upgradable, but how it was laid out on the internals, where you have everything in here, and it's all pushed towards the back, so you can take a little bit of damage. Now, there was something that I saw that I really liked last week that I'd like to touch on again, and that's the shaping around this turret. Like, I love just small bits of detail. Like, everything here is textured. It's got its own texture, there is its own camo, and there is, in fact, some other things on here that I didn't even realize last week when I was looking at the workshop description, so I'll go through those. Now, again, texture's completely awesome. I love how it's laid out. You have these little blocks here that gives you just that little bit extra protection for that turret. Took the time to color thrusters, add visual complexity. A lot of good work there, but one of the things I missed last week was when you get into the cockpit, as you can see here, you actually have a device group toggles, Control Shift 1 through 8. So you actually took the time to put out Control plus Shift, you know, key binding that they added recently for that. And then there's like max lift for 40.8 tons in 4G. Over here you have your custom signal toggle, so it's Control plus Alt on the keyboard plus your numbers. Very cool. Okay, that's freaking awesome. It's something that I don't see very often, and I would like to see more of. And to be honest, this BP is staying in my library, so I can use this as a reference so that I can do this in my own ships. Okay, so I can have these LCDs in my own ships so that I can actually tell players while they're in the cockpit what they can expect from each one of these toggles. I think that is absolutely brilliant, and is one of the reasons why I didn't feel that I gave this build justice last week. Okay, I'm gushing over this, but there's a reason for it. Okay, so those were the things that I had missed. Well, one of the things I had missed, and now I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the actual description. So when you go to this, that didn't really blur it out as much as I'd like, but whatever. The logo covers the part that I wanted to cover. Anyways, it is what it is. I guess I could just do this. Yeah, that's infinitely worse. Okay. I'm still learning how to yeah, anyways, not for really professional, but it's the first time. I'll get better, I swear. I don't swear, I hope. Anyways, so when you look at this and what you see here, you see different color variations. Turns out that it actually shows these and what colors you need to change to get these color changes. Okay? Very, very, very nice here. A lot of work went into this workshop description. And then there's this page as well. Now, I wish it didn't capture my mouse, but whatever. I can fix that later. I'm not currently logged. I know it doesn't look like I gave a thumbs up and everything, but yeah, I did on my actual account. Yeah, everybody knows that I'm gonna keep Banshee online. Everybody knows that. Leave comment. Make sure to leave a comment, guys. And then he goes through here and he actually does some things that I'm not actually familiar with how to do. Okay. One of these things is the description and the typeface that he has here. Now, I don't know how he does this. I don't know how he did this. And I'm going to have to freaking dig around in the web coding. I'm actually going to have to dig around in the web coding to figure that out. But anyways, lot of just lore type stuff in here. Very, very nice. You've got details. I went over that last week. Descriptions of the different modes and their characteristics associated with them, other info, and other builds linked down here too. And excellent use of the systems that Steam provides to make your workshop descriptions look good. Okay, this is why I subscribed and decided to take a look at this build, is because he put this much time into the description. I know, I'm crazy for doing that, but for actually reading the build and reading the workshop description before actually clicking the subscribe. I know, I'm crazy. I feel crazy for doing that, but it is what caught my attention. And as much as and then when I looked at it, it was absolutely wonderful. Anyways, that's all I have for that. I'm gonna turn off that mask because for whatever use it did. I'll edit that for next one. I mean, yeah, whatever. You can tell that I'm using Opera GX. This is not a sponsorship for Opera GX, but I absolutely love Opera GX because not sponsored. Not sponsored. Just don't confuse me there. But I love Opera GX, and it's got a lot of utility features such as like the GX cleaner, which is pretty much the only thing I use, to be honest. And it's got a VPN that you can use. If you don't have a VPN, you can actually load up this browser. There's a toggle for a VPN so that you can actually have a VPN. Great for this. The security-minded myself here likes my privacy. Yes, it has VPN. That you can use without having to pay for NordVPN. I'm not really sure how good it is because I don't really use it myself, but anyways, it's there. And then the UI is very, very simple. It's customizable. I'm sure you've seen ads for Opera GX, and if you haven't, just go download it and just look at it, okay? I know it's a few clickies. It's just a few taps on the keyboard and a few clicks and saying yes, I want this downloaded. Just try it, okay? Like, even if you love a different browser, just try it. And that is what we call an organic plug. Anyways, moving on to the next items on the list. I have too many web browsers open. Okay. And, right, I got the music sorted, by the way. And I forgot to hit the play button on it. I will do that now. Which brings me on to my next tangent. Yes, I'm sorry. My next tangent is, I don't know what happened. I still don't know what happened with the recent live stream, or not live stream, but the recent chilling and building. I don't know why it had no audio. I went through and I just clicked on a whole bunch of things and just changed and just redid the settings over again. I don't know what broke. I don't know what broke, and it hurts my soul to not know what broke. But anyways, enough sidetracks. And I forgot to say what that build is, but you know what? It's in the video. It's fine. So this is the Budget Breeze Starter CV for Reforged Eden. And the description goes as follows. The name says it all. The poor man's first ship. T1 CPU, 2 Gatlings can be upgraded, and space for more. Replace the front antennas. 2 Gatlings. What does he mean by 2 Gatlings? Does he mean like 2 Gatling? Oh yes, he means 2 Gatling turrets, and then there's space for manual fire. Or oh, is that more space for manual fires, or is he really intend to have like underslung turrets? I don't know. I don't know. That's something you'll have to figure out for yourself. Anyways, warp capable, compact shield with possible upgrades. I assume that means, I know, making assumptions here, that's always bad. I assume that means upgrading to a larger shield generator, because and some shield chargers and capacitors. Yes, brain no worky. Shield chargers and capacitors on the internals, but let's go ahead and take a look. Now, there is an additional note here. The cheapest I could do for decent performance without RCS. Have fun. Now, that was actually one of the reasons that this caught my attention, was the way these thrusters were set out. And the way he has them set out. This person understands that you need to have the thrusters set up a very, very decent way. You need to have them set out as far as possible on the sides to get the most amount of thrust. Now, there is room for improvement there, and you guys know me. I am all about that torque. No, I didn't say twerk. I said torque. And whatever. Anyways, digging a hole here. You guys know that I love suggesting improvements on thrusters and how you can do better with your thrusters. Put them all the way to the back, wherever you can, as far back as you can. Keep all of your thrusters, except for your maybe your forward and back ones. Even though the forward and back ones you need to put as far out from the center. And the rest of them you need to put as far back, and so like the side to side and the up to down, you need to put as far back from the center of the ship as you can within the build constraints. Anyways, that's the only critique I have seen so far, so let's go ahead and go on look at the internals. And with a ship this small, I don't think that's actually necessary. Oh, wow. A lot of room on the internals. I like that. It means you can just fill it up with whatever you want. And that is really cool. I like the angled ceilings, so it gives you that feel of there's more room than there actually is in the vaulted ceilings. I like that, and he goes up a half block there. That is wonderful. I love seeing that. You've got your armor locker right there. No, I don't want to look at my own ugly mug at the moment. Why did I say that? I don't know. Got your gravity generator in here. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Gravity generator small. Huh, okay. Something I didn't know about a recent update to Reforge, that's fine. Whatever. You've got your warp drive above here, and it is not able to chain react to anything else, from what I can tell. From a quick look, it's surrounded by... you know what? That's completely fine, as long as it's not next to anything else that's going to chain react. Oh, yeah. You might... So, if you're watching this, creator, Shartanos, just replace this block right here with steel, and you're good. And it won't chain react that. The same with these over here. Just replace them with steel. Just, you need steel between your warp drive and your oxygen and fuel tanks, okay? You know what, it's a starter CV. Why am I even making that? It's like, if you let your shields go down, you're already doomed anyways. Okay, so in here, it looks like you have LCDs saying exactly what these are for. I like that. Or anything I would have forgot to put in that ship. I should use that disclaimer on my ships. I really should, because even with live testing, I freaking screw up and forget things. I forgot to add space for a detector on one of my SVs recently, and I have to actually... Anyways, this is not about my building styles or my building expertise or lack thereof. Wait a second. Is wireless airtight or not? Yeah, it's airtight. It's fine. Okay. I was just like, is that airtight or not? I was like, I don't know. I should know this. I don't. Anyways, on the back here, it looks like there is no hangar bay, but yeah, there is no hangar bay. Anyways, yawn there. Budget brief starter CV Reforged Eden by Shartranos. Shartranos? I am probably butchering your name. I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm probably butchering your name. Anyways, this one is something else that I was looking at earlier today. Now, this is, full disclaimer. Well, let me go ahead and get the... Dang it. I forgot. This is a POI CV, okay? This is meant to be an NPC ship, but the creator... I'm sorry, I don't know your name. I'm gonna have to Google Translate that. Give me a second. Let me pull that up in there. This is by... somebody in China. Control C. This is the same builder that did the Tian Long. Yes, that glorious Tian Long. Okay, duplicate tab so I can have multiple Google Translates open here. No, dang you. Duplicate tab. No, don't close other tabs. Duplicate. Okay, enter text. The author's name translates to "Winter has arrived." I'm not kidding here. And that is a freaking awesome name, okay? Chinese names, Korean names, and Japanese names, they are all freaking awesome, okay? I love the name. Anyways, enough of that. Winter has arrived is the creator's name. And the name of this build, I will put a link in the description because this is in Chinese characters. Name of this build is, give me a second to actually Google Translate this. I am not going to try and say this guy's name in Chinese because I will butcher it and I will probably offend people, and I have no interest in offending people, okay? Especially from China, because, well, yeah, I've been on enough ARC servers to know that you don't piss off the Chinese. Last thing I need is a bot army taking down my channel. Anyways, Blade Class Destroyer, public version. Now, as I have said before, this person has made the Tianlong, and no, I shouldn't say that. I believe that this person has made the Tianlong from what I have seen in the workshop blueprints. Okay, this person is an absolute insane artist. Okay, a lot of time spent on these builds. So let's go ahead and give a look at them. So what caught my attention here was just the shaping, just that the amount of texturing and the use of block shapes. It's just glorious. So I will put a link in the description, and I want you guys to go look at this, because me reviewing this and the time I have available is not going to do it justice, okay? So I'm going to take a preliminary... Oh, wow. They actually took the time to make LCDs. Now, I know this is from Seleucidore's kit. This one is also from Seleucidore's kit, but he took the time to change the Guardian CV LCD and customize it and make it something of its own. I know how much of a freaking pain to do that. How much of a freaking pain that is to do. And if I can find the LCD projector for this, I can verify some information here. Yep, looks like he did the same thing with that one too. That's another Guardian LCD from Seleucidore's kit. Is it this one? Yes, it's this one. Yeah, okay, so what he did with this LCD, and the reason I'm actually impressed here, well, actually more impressed, is he went into Seleucidore's LCD and rejiggered the coding, understood the coding of this, and rejiggered it so that it actually, to make it customizable, and modified the original one instead of creating it from scratch. Now, you might be thinking, isn't creating it from scratch much more complicated? No, it's not. Actually modifying the LCD is more of a pain in the butt. I know this from experience. Me and Alessia a while back, we were doing he was helping me learn the LCD system so I could do something for the Mizo Rai. The Mizo Rai, and or the Mizo Rai? I've been calling it the Mizo Rai. Anyways, and I wanted to pull two separate of these Seleucidore's LCDs and put them together, and it didn't work. I had to make it from scratch, and so yeah, that was about 6 hours of time to learn the system, and just realize that, oh, screw you, I have to make it from scratch. Screw you, game, I have to make it from scratch. So anyways, that's why I'm gushing over this LCD, and I love the coloring here. Anyways, that's just like right into the ship, and I'm already 5 minutes into the review of this thing. So I like the underslung bridge and the shaping here. This right here, if I was in an actual ship and looking down like this, would give me the willies, because I don't like heights, okay? Even heights in this game sometimes gives me the willies. Anyways, oh wow. Whole bunch of things happened right there. Please don't tell me that you've got like 500 signals here. Let's take a look. Let's take a look in the circuits menu. Signal logic, or is it devices? Signal logic. No custom circuits here. Okay, so this is just a whole bunch of follow signals. Okay, so you have motion sensors for each one of these things that activates, or maybe one motion sensor and everything else activates as a result. Who knows? And I'm not gonna look through the signals because that's not why I'm here. But just the ambiance of this, absolutely wonderful. Great work. Let's look at the side rooms. Ooh, more LCDs. I wonder if these are custom. I do believe that that's custom. I haven't seen that LCD before on any of the kits. So I believe it's custom. Yes, I'm clipping through the ship. I like how he separated these tanks. Because clearly under this person, I'm going to assume it's a he, understands that these things will chain react. And you just need a little bit of space in between them. Okay, that is a lower entry. Got it. Nice. Very, very nice. Got your inputs there. Very, very nice. Now, I don't know how to get, oh no, it's not meant to be gotten into. Okay. Never mind. And then there's just room for turrets. Oh gosh, the amount of decoys in here is a bit nuts. I don't like all the extra space in here that will, if it's a POI, it needs to be filled in. Same with the space back here, it needs to be filled in to lower the size class. But other than that, not too bad. Oh, fridge and armor locker on the outside. That's fun. I mean, not something I do personally, but yeah, that's fun. Actual use of stairs inside the build. That's interesting. Apologize for clipping into this. Okay, so yes. What do I like about this? Everything. Just even the coloring. I don't use orange. I love the use of orange here and the way it's contrasted and the way it has contrast. These, I have no idea what these are. Are these for like artillery turrets or something? I have no idea. And the description doesn't say. I actually Google translated the description. Oh, that's brilliant. The sort of radiation, this sort of like, those are, in like the RP lore and in hard science, you have to have radiator fins on ships to get rid of the excess heat, because there is, the only way to get rid of heat is to radiate it. It is to use heat radiate. My brain's not working with that hard science anyways. But yes, and maybe if I wake up later, it'll come to me. But anyways, radiator panels, and Mass Effect uses this to some degree. Avatar is like James Cameron's Avatar is one of the ones that uses it. What the? So I'm just looking at the workshop description here, and I saw LCD. I saw some blades, like some LCD looking blades, come out from the side of this, and the pictures, and I'm just like, how? Well, I mean, if it is a OPV, you have the options of using decal blocks or decal control units, and those will allow you to put decals, so you can have like blades, like you can have like LCD blades type of things, like things like that on the hull and things like that. It's a pain in the butt to do, but it can be done, and I've got a video on that. I'm not gonna plug that video right now because I'm not very happy with that decal video. Anyways, next we have, gosh, I'm gonna be here all night. Next we have the BEA Oblivion Mark II by Becker. Beaker? No, Beaker. Not Becker. Anyways, this is a combat CV. 1010 core, RE 1010 core, mid-late game combat CV. Will run without upgrades, so it is meant to be upgradable. That's why there are a lot of extra slots here and a lot of extra places for turrets, is because it is meant to be upgradable and it's meant to spawn in without those upgrades. So it just spawns in with the artillery cannons, and is that it? Yeah, it looks like it just spawns in with the artillery cannons and these turrets, which are retractable minigun. Okay, yeah. So it just spawns in with retractable minigun turrets and 2 artillery cannons, and then can be upgraded later. Please tell me these are laser turrets. No, retractable missile. Retractable flak. Retractable missile. Okay, so just kinetic weapons. To start, and then you can upgrade it to lasers. So, okay. Doesn't look like it's going to be taking on drone ships at all, because you have to have anti-shield weapons to do that, along with manual fire arties and a lot of agility, in my experience. I'm not saying that's the only way to do it, I'm just saying in my experience. So yes, it looks like you can take on any unshielded CV right off the bat. These are alarmed sentry guns. Yeah, that makes sense. Again. So, apparently this thing has a hangar, and I should probably be looking at the description because I got sidetracked again. I apologize. Room for all shield upgrades. 2 medium shield upgrades accessible in the core rooms or on either side. Comes with 8x missile, 2x flak, 8x miniguns, and room for artillery 2x artillery, and 6 additional turrets towards the back. 6 EMP on the front, on top. I assume that means upgrades. Because, oh no, yes, those are intended upgrades. That's an intended upgrade. Shield is over there. I don't like the empty in the back, but that's alright. 2x advanced constructors. Okay, yep. 3x 320k ammo controllers. Good compliment. 4x 640k container controllers. 1x harvest controller 320k. 4x 16k boxes. That's what these are. And great for getting your first aux cores and later with a few upgrades. Fantastic Dreadnought Killer. Hope you enjoy our BEA line of combat ships. Yes, I do enjoy this. I am a little bit worried. Yep, 2 slots for fusion reactors. One thing that really worries me, Beaker, if you're watching, you need to have a bulkhead between your fusion cores. I mean, you don't need to, but it's highly recommended to have a bulkhead between your fusion cores and to have them completely encased. And please, please, don't put them next to the core. And steel blocks are not gonna do anything to protect that steel core from the chain reaction explosiveness of a fusion core. If a single fusion core blows, that core is gone. And everything up against it in this room is also going to chain react as well. So bulkheads made out of hardened steel or better. And hardened steel only works if it's a full block. If it's a half block, such as like a half block, then make it out of Xeno or combat steel, okay? Otherwise, don't let the shields go down. And pray that a random drone doesn't hit you in a really, really damaging spot. Looks like spaces for artillery turrets. Nice. Okay. What I really like is, I mean, it's got glowies. Of course I like the glowies and the little shaping around the thrusters there. Of course I like that. This looks like you got a full comp. It looks like, does it have a full complement of solar, or is that just the solar that's stuck to the top? I don't know. But I'm not gonna ask too many questions. The bridge, I like this. This is very, very cool. The green kind of creeps me out because of legacy and all, but that's just a personal thing. It looks like you've got a rear-facing cockpit as well. Interesting. Looks like you copied and pasted that. That's gonna be interesting. It's interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Looks like for the real, it looks like to control the rear like salvage turret or something. I've seen that done before. And it's actually a very cool idea, and it works well when done right, which it looks like he does here. Again, I'm a little bit worried about chain reactions on the internals. Spread these tanks out, guys. Just separate them into groups. Fuel is expensive. Just spread it out into groups of like 5 or 6 tanks at the most. Looks like they will chain react container extensions as well, which is very worrisome. Don't mean to be overly critical of this build. It's just these things do worry about. Oh, space for a repair console there. Warp drive. Go ahead and start it with an advanced warp drive. Good job. The reason I like to see these things started with an advanced warp drive whenever possible is because the basic warp drive will take up twice the amount of pentaxid per light year versus an advanced warp drive. Okay, so for this warp drive, see if I can find it again. For this advanced warp drive here, you have 2 pentaxid per light year, and with the basic one, it's 4 pentaxid per light year. Okay, that's nuts, and it's really hard to deal with early on. So yeah, antimatter warp drive, 1 pentaxid per light year. So go for that as soon as you can. But yeah. Anyways, great looking ship here. I like the thruster placement. I like the coloring. I like the texturing. It's looking good. Something that I would be happy to toy around with. Thruster layout isn't my cup of tea, but yeah, whatever. It works. Looks like you've got upgrade. You can upgrade these thrusters. Oh, that's why those are there. Is because you can upgrade these thrusters if you wish. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, on to the next. And it looks like we were on the last... No, we haven't done this one yet. Okay, let's go ahead and do this big boy here. So I looked at this on the workshop, and I just looked at the silhouette of it, and I was just like, yes, I'm looking at this. This is the EC Williamette by Antipode. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm butchering that name too, but I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. So this is, what caught my attention with this was not necessarily the ship itself, but the silhouette of the ship. You know, like that little claw. I thought that was pretty cool. So this thing is a absolute beast. And it is by far bigger than... I have a feeling that it is bigger than this, but I want to check before I run my mouth off, okay? I'm going to check before I run my mouth off, okay? Just give me a second here to see. Yeah, I thought so. So that's the biggest shap. What the heck was I saying? Chap? Anyways, the biggest ship in my arsenal right now is the Azurvarishni. I know some of you don't know how to say that, and that's fine. I just say a... Yeah, don't worry about it. Anyways, as you can see, versus that, this is absolutely a beast. And it's got a lot of negative space. It's got a lot of negative space. I just said that. A lot of negative space, and it's also got a lot of these, like, turrets here. Now, I believe these were a stab at RP turrets. And good job, by the way. Those look really cool. Now, this thing is made for... I don't know what this thing is made for. I'm going to make an educated guess here. I believe this is made for vanilla because, yeah, I don't see this thing working at all in Reforged. At all. Wow. You actually have a landing ramp here. Like, the biggest landing ramp you can possibly get. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that landing pad yet. Sorry, yawning a lot. I'm sorry about that. I haven't seen a landing ramp or a ramp like this used. Excuse me, boarding ramp. Geez, Akiva. I haven't seen one this big used before. Or if I have, I I don't remember what ship it was. It was probably Pearl, one of Pearl's ships, if it was any of them. And it's just massive, and it's clunky as all heck, and I just never see it used. But so, yeah, this is definitely new. So on the internals here, you've got a huge hangar bay. In here, you've got room for stuff. I don't know what to put in this room. Okay, I think it's just open interior space, and then you got room for fuel tanks. Took the time to separate them out. Good work. Got your warp drive on this side, and you've got your shield components. I'm just gonna quick go over here, and you got your generator over here. Your yeah, and then your shield component is what's in here? Looks like CPU components in here. Maybe this is RE. I don't know. Oh, it is RE. Because you've got your full, like, basic, improved, and 3 advanced components in there. And I imagine... Huh, that's interesting. More on this side? No? Okay. Well, I don't know. I just don't know, because that's basic and 2 improved. And then only 3 advanced. Unless... No. Okay, I don't know. I don't think it is RE. Then you've got your hydroponics up here, which is very, very cool. I like that hydroponics placement there. The big hangar, I just don't see big hangar like this anymore. Well, I mean, not in the ships that I look at anyways. So I like the way these thrusters are placed in the back, because they give a little bit of like extra torque, and they also look really cool how there's one medium and one large. I imagine they're meant to be upgraded. I mean, I am leaning towards this being an RE build, but I'm just like, how? How did you get this to work? Heck, this might not even be an RE build. This might be a this might be another modified Tenario. I don't know. There's no workshop description, so I can't make any educated guesses on this. Actually, normally I could make it. Okay, not gonna worry about that. What is your problem? Here, have some fuel. Calm down. Chill out. Anyways, yeah, that just happened. Anyways, I like this thing. I like the silhouette of it. I like big ships. Okay, and when you can pull off a big ship, I like a big ship. Okay. Anyways, okay, fine. You get your attention. Are you happy? Okay, I should probably not do that. This is not chilling and building, or not chilling and building. This is not Seattle building with insanity. Okay, okay. Feel like an idiot. Anyways, this is a. Before I read there is no workshop description for this, so I am going to tell you what it is. This is the Dawn. I assume as in a reference to the Mafia Dawn. Being like the Mafia Dawn of Reforged Eden or Imperion or whatever. It is made for Reforged Eden. I know that based on the turrets that are used here. Heck, it might be used for Reforged Eden Atlantis or Reforged Atlantis or whatever. Reforged Eden Atlantis? I don't know. Dang it! I wish I could get rid of the yawns. Anyways, this is made by Halax. I think it's more like Halax. And here, I'll just show you who it's made by. Yes, HLAKS. Halax, I guess. And this thing is a in-game combat CV. And this is something that you will have to take into your library, or you will have to subscribe to, and then rip off all the extra stuff that you cannot bring it in with, because you can't bring in a ship with a fully functioning and placed LX2 cannon. That's always something you have to add yourself. Same with aux cores. I assume there's... Nope, just an aux core room on that side. And then there are some of the turrets here that are not allowed in BP. So, if you want to subscribe to this thing, subscribe to it, take it into your library, take it into a creative session, a Reforged creative session, and strip off things like take out the aux cores, and take out, or take off the LX2, and there might be some other things as well. I have a video for how you can figure out what things are illegal in blueprints, and that video is already out on YouTube, and that was done last week or so. So you don't have to look too far behind in the list. It's like, my blueprint's illegal, what now? How to fix type of thing. I don't remember the exact title. I probably should. But anyways, if I remember to, I'll link it in the description. I mean, not in the description, but I'll put a card on the screen right about now, which is 45 minutes in. Roughly 45 minutes in. Screw it, I'll just put a card at 45 minutes. Anyways, what really caught my eye about this thing was just the shape of these fin things here, the thruster fins. And I have seen this on another BP, which was the Abaddon. And this was something I found on the workshop a while ago, and I saved a local copy. And I wonder if it's made by the same... No, it's not made by the same person. It might have used some copy and paste to off of the Abaddon to make this one, and I wouldn't be surprised about that in the least, because I know a lot of people, they see something they like and they adopt it, and it's just how buildings go. They're iterative. Iterative? I think it's iterative. They're iterative creations, and building off somebody else's shaping is... I love that. Some of my shaping is from Inti. Some of it I just do myself, and I take ideas from wherever I can get them to continually to grow. So somebody doing that, I don't mind in the least. I mean, yeah, you can't own a certain type of shaping. I mean, you can't copyright that type of thing. Anyways, you know what I mean. There's not much else to speak about this one. I like it, the texturing, it works, and that'll be it for today. Now, I would like to remind everybody that you should always be kind to your fellow creators, be supportive, give them constructive feedback. If there's something you see wrong, let them know what it is, and let them know why it's a problem and how to fix it. But make sure to compliment them while doing that. Don't just say, oh, this is a piece of crap because this is wrong with the build. No, that's a shitty thing to do to people. That's a really, really shitty thing to do. So, be positive. Compliment sandwich. I know that's kind of got like a negative connotation these days, because like businesses say, oh, if you're gonna compliment somebody, or if you're gonna say a negative about something, it needs to be in a compliment sandwich. But no, it does work as long as your compliment in that compliment sandwich is constructive feedback. I know I touch on this like almost every week. Heck, I touch on this fact. Actually, it's probably every week at this point. Validate others. Validate their creative process. Validate what they do good, what they do well. Anyways, be kind to your fellow humans, okay? I can't stand people that do snark and cynicism in everything that they do, and their only objective is to tear others down, like indirectly, passive-aggressively. I won't stand for that. And those of you who have to deal with me as a moderator on the official Discord, you know who you are. You know this is what you're doing, and I have no stance for it. So, if you don't like me because of that, so be it. But what I do ask is that you are kind to your fellow humans. And if you can't be kind to your fellow humans, I don't want anything to do with you, okay? Probably getting rid of some of my viewers in saying that, but sometimes you have to take a stand. Okay, anyways, be kind to your fellow humans. Right, a couple other announcements before I get going here. This is the Patreon list as I am aware of it right now. Now, I know that there are some patrons there that, well, supposedly there are some other patrons that should be on this list. The problem is, I'm currently in a spat with Patreon right now. I'm currently in a spat with him because I can't see my account. Like, I can't get access to my account. I don't understand why. I'm trying to correct it through a support ticket. But as you know, companies like this, it's just back and forth, back and forth. They're like, oh, you're doing something wrong. I'm like, yeah, well, I've tried everything on your support articles. Yeah, anyways. So I'm currently in a spat with him. This is what I know. I have a feeling that there is a problem with the bot on the Discord because I can't get to the Patreon control panel to make sure that that bot is actually giving the roles it needs to be giving. And so if you have supported me on Patreon and your name is not on this list, DM me directly with a screenshot of your pledge, and I will manually update this, okay? I will update your roles on Discord. I will update the roles, and I will update your name on this, okay? I probably should have made this announcement earlier, but I'm not perfect. Heck, I'm not even great at this. I'm still finding my sea legs with the Patreon stuff, and yeah. Anyways, you are not forgotten. It's just that it is what it is. Sometimes shit goes wrong, and I kick myself for it, but I'm doing what I can, okay? Also, great notification there. Also, I'm not going to be doing the advertising for Patreon when it comes to videos like this because I don't want you guys going to my Patreon. I want you going to the workshop of these creators and giving them a thumbs up and giving them a like and promoting them on the workshop because they're good builders and they're learning the game and they need more constructive feedback. So I won't be pushing Patreon right now. I will have this thank you on the end on the screen here, but I'm just saying, if you do go out and down and you want to be supportive to other people, go into their workshop descriptions and leave a comment, leave a thumbs up for these people, for these creators today. And then after you have done that, if you want to support me on Patreon or buy me a coffee. There are links in my Discord. There is a link to the Discord in the description. There is a tickle in my throat. Apologize. That was unpleasant. Anyways, thank you for watching. Let me look at my notes to see if there's anything else I need to do at the end of the video. Let's see here. Any other notifications I need to do? Probably know this offhand. Yes, channel content and the degrading quality of my videos recently. I'm not happy about either. I know my video quality has been going down, and I've been trying to do my best to stay positive during the videos lately, and it has been a real struggle. I have been dealing with actual depression in my real life because of my living situation, how I am unable to fix my living situation. I've been dealing with depression, and it's no joke. I have a therapist. I talk to him, and I'm doing everything I can to get the living situation sorted. As a result, I've had to cut back on videos because I simply can't do recordings, both due to my mental state and due to the sheer amount of noise that is in this place, and the stomping around, the yelling, the barking of the dogs, all the crap I gotta deal with. And on top of that, the only time I get to do recordings is from like 11 p.m. Like 11:30 at night to like 3 a.m. That's my only recording time where I can actually do reliable recording. And many times during the week, I get like 2 or 3 chances per week to do recordings. And if I screw up with if one of those recordings get botched or something goes wrong, anything goes wrong, I can't even get that done. Which is why I've had to cut back on the amount of recordings. Like, I was doing 4 recordings a week So I was doing 2 T-level buildings, and I was doing insight and analysis, and I was doing a guide video. I did, in the past couple of months, I've done all the short form guide videos that I can do in one session without having to do multiple, like, without having to do more than one or two takes. Because, and I just ran out of things that I could do in 1 or 2 takes, and to do in the allotted time before I would actually fall asleep at the keyboard. And I'm sorry. I wish I could do more. I wish I could be improving the visuals. I wish I could have the time and the willpower and the ability and the focus to be working on the affinity stuff and actually improving the, like, the overlays and the thumbnails, and doing the iterative changes and the iterative improvements to the thumbnails that I want to be doing. I just can't do it. And I from the bottom of my heart and from every fiber in my being, I'm sorry that I can't do this, and I'm sorry that I can't make the channel better than it is right now. I'm doing my best. It's just my best is not enough right now because I physically can't do better. And I ask you guys to stay with me, and if you've stuck with me till this part in the video, I ask you to leave a comment, whatever you can, just whatever support, your thank yous and best wishes are, I hate to ask for this, but to be honest, that stuff helps. And sometimes I just have to ask for help, and I'm not afraid to ask for help. And so that's what you can do. Money at this point, I don't think is gonna help. You can't always throw money at your problems. Sometimes just having people that I know appreciate my content and appreciate what I do here is more helpful than anything. Anyways, thank you. Have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have the day you deserve. You find something in your life that you love, you enjoy. And good luck. Banshee out.